on letting the side down. No skin for Renekton. But that's not important. Game 3 is underway. And I got my overlay right this time.
Yeah. Sorry, I really left the microphone there, sorry, but that's just, it just made me laugh. Sorry. Reposition my mic. Okay, you just...
R.I.P. headphone users, I think is the word I want to use there.
Yeah, please get Sennheiser headphones because they're better than these headphones. I should enter the drawing. Nah, that's for other people. As you can see, we have a good spread.
Studio
Ghost and Pepper.
I like that one. Hurricane Studio. That's good.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I also apologize earlier, Panky, when I was talking and I couldn't hear you, because like there was action going on and I couldn't hear you, so I'm like, I better say something just because. I thought like you had AFK or something, and then you came back and it's like, oh, oops, I talked over you.
No.
So might be Panky, might be.
It's fine. We got the coverage. That's what matters. Darian is about to get spotted by Makla. MYM all in this bottom half of the M5 jungle. Ghost Pepper did just base to grab himself that health back that Makla so rudely stole.
Unfortunately, MYM walked through a ward there and they are being tracked by Moscow 5 right now.
Yeah, even with that Blitz pull, Moscow 5 know exactly where they are. I think if we upped Blitz's pull to the kind of range for Pudge, things would start getting really interesting.
And notice Renekton started with his E first, actually, which is... I don't actually know how that matchup goes, but there you go. Look at mid. Look at Sario. He's taking a Q from Vladimir. It's going to be guaranteed damage for Vladimir, more or less. So it's going to be kind of tricky for Sario early on. Eventually he will get points in his shield, so he should be able to defend himself against that angry Bloodman. But right now it's going to be a lot of damage and pressure coming out to Sario.
Yeah, and he's already feeling it. One health potion chugged. He was down to half health before he started it.
And this is actually something from the Vladimir change a while ago. You can pressure very, very well at early levels. 90 damage base on his Q, and Orianna only has 37 MR.
So, early levels, let's talk levels 1, 2, 3. Soraka is notoriously weak in those levels. We want to wait for her to hit 3 or 4 before she starts making too much of an impact. But Misfortune Blitzcrank, are they strong enough to make the most of these early levels, or are they just going to have to sit back and farm themselves?
They got to make sure they don't get poked too much. And Corki's poke is decent, but not amazing, so it shouldn't be too hard. But once they have a level 2 Blitzcrank and a level 2 Misfortune, that's going to be enough to grab that Soraka and kill her. Soraka's actually very, very beefy with 630 HP because she knows that she's at risk of dying without a beefy rune page. So right now they actually probably could kill Soraka, but I think that rune page might be a bit too much, but a Corki kill is also very possible. They have the potential to do at least a ton of damage. What is the free quote? Massive amounts of damage?
Tons of damage.
Tons.
And there's the pull on to Genja, there's the knock up, there's the damage coming out from Makla. The heal is down from Ghost Pepper, but they're flashing after him. This very quick Misfortune, she's taking damage so she's not dead, or not too quick, sorry. And Genja gets out with about 10 HP, and thanks to that health potion it keeps going. The double up didn't quite bounce from Gosu to Genja. I have a feeling Genja would have had some tough words if Gosu Pepper stood close enough for that to bounce.
Yep, I think everybody was watching for that one in the bot lane. They wanted that double up to hit. Diamond Prox has been spotted by a ward. They should be safe in the bot lane. As a gank goes up on top lane, Darian able to just taunt on out of there.
Okay, Darian, who does win that matchup early on? Because Shen is ridiculously strong right now. But Renekton in those level 1, 2, 3 tends to dominate most of his matchups.
The early game should be in favor of Renekton. It all depends on how many Qs Shen can get off in comparison to how many Qs and Ws Renekton can get off. And if you look at mid, Vladimir was low. He uses health potions. Zario's in a kind of a weak spot right now.
He's still got one health potion left, but he doesn't need to drink it. Vlad actually used all his up, so Chario managed to get a good bit of harass off if he's forced Alex to do that.
Unfortunately, though, Sario has no mana left.
Yeah, that would be not the easiest way to play. Makler taking a little bit of poke now from Genja. Double up, not going to the targets he wants.
And right now, look at bot lane. There's a lot more poke coming out from Genja and Gosu Pepper, and I think that tower shot that Makler took earlier on really punished them because he had to use a potion just for that tower shot, and that's a lot of damage that they can't heal quite as well as Corki and Soraka can heal all that early harass off.
Watch it out. And there's a double up landing where it needs to be. We've got the first couple of shots coming from the different laners. Vlad still not leaving yet. 39 CS up to the 28 of Orianna. She's been back and bought herself a Chalice of Harmony. This thing's really making a comeback.
Well, Chalice has actually been common on Orianna for a while now, just because she's so mana intensive. It's not as bad as it used to be, but still, it's a good purchase on her. And it's going to be very strong against Vladimir just because he's all magic damage, and it's much more likely to actually land on her. So it's a nice little purchase. Very, very good idea to grab that. There's also quite a bit of magic damage from M5. Only Lee Sin is pure physical, as he's going to gank top, actually.
Yeah, he's coming around the backside of Cubon, who doesn't have ult yet. He's a long way off of it, but he's sensing something's up here. He's backwards and forwards, tries to last hit a little bit with his Q, misses completely. Cubon, he's safe. Diamond Prox backing away and heading into the mid lane. And Charu is already on his way back, takes the slow, grabs himself a movement speed buff, and he'll be out there safe. So Diamond Prox not really successful now, but Alex, you can see he's low. He is in no sense of the word capable to help with that gank, which is why Diamond was so alone.
The ball is definitely good at killing targets like Alex in that case would have been somebody low HP chasing, as Mundo's hanging out bottom.
And a Valkyrie away from Corki. Are you basing, or is that just overly safe? Yes, he's basing. Makes more sense.
And the reason they didn't actually go on that was there was such a big creep wave at the tower that had Misfortune and Blitzcrank on for that. If they'd gotten the kill, it would have been about the same as getting that CS. So, why take the risk?
Gold then. Very even as it stands, 7.5 minutes. We have seen the previous matches going backwards and forwards all over the place, but this one's staying there. McCarthy still waiting for his successful gank. Diamond Prox is the same. Charu out of mana again, and Chalice not regenerating it quite as quick as he'd like, but this blue buff will help out dramatically.
Blue buff, very, very key on Orianna, and it's unfortunate that M5 is not able to actually pressure this because Orianna just gets a hell of a lot scarier with that that crest of the ancient golem, I believe.
That's what it's called, yeah.
Empowering her spells.
We do have Vladimir approaching top lane, coming up onto Cubon, but I think he got spotted by that ward, almost definitely. Alex just going to cover it while Darian backs. Why not? Vladimir's keeping this plenty pushed. He would only lose CS. This way Alex can keep it going. He's going to take a little bit of punishment, but nothing too drastic.
This could be a lane swap because Vladimir's going to be able to pressure Renekton quite a bit.
How's Shen going to do against Charu, especially now that he's just got the blue buff?
Well, Shen has a lot more ranged potential, but it looks like he's just going to go back top. That was just a nice little hold to grab some extra CS for Vladimir, get him to that scary Vladimir point faster. He already has a revolver, and once he hits a Woda, it's going to be that much scarier.
And there's the pull goes out into Genja. The double up lands, does a little bit of damage, but not quite enough burst.
If nothing's going on, just watch bottom and hope for it.
Yeah.
We both called it at the same time. We were both clearly watching that.
I haven't actually looked at bottom lane for a while, and as soon as I did look down there again,
yeah, no, actually same thing. I think we felt the grab coming in.
So, we'll wait and watch it. Alex is back in his mid lane. The blue buff Charu, loads of mana, plenty of spam getting these abilities out, and harassing down Vlad. The dragon is obviously up. 9.5 minutes to go. Is there anyone here you think is currently strong or stronger and in a position that they could force a dragon fight, or are both teams just waiting for that gank, that first blood to give them the opportunity they need?
Both teams are actually very strong in their own right. So Vladimir is going to be the weakest of like the potential roles, just because he's not quite at a super strong position. But Misfortune does a ton of damage, Corki does a ton of damage, Soraka has a ton of sustain, Blitzcrank does a ton of damage. Like, there's a lot of just good things for both teams. So it's very, very hard to say who would win a fight. It's gonna come all down to positioning, because there is no distinct advantage either team has over each other at this point.
One thing's for sure, these guys are playing very safe. Nobody wants to throw this third game, not after the first two we've just watched. And there's €1,000 on the line, as we said, 200 hamburgers.
Oh, well, actually, were there cheese in those burgers? I'm pretty sure, I mean, if a €5 burger better have some cheese.
Oh yeah, there was cheese and bacon and lettuce and awesome sauces and a knock-up onto Genja and a silence, and we're waiting for a grab, nothing just yet. Livic gets on out of there.
I would not like a burger with knock-ups on Genja. That does not sound pleasant. The new BK Genja burger.
Is Diamond Prox? He is. He's soloing down Dragon at the moment. He's pink warded. You notice he can't be seen. Mundo's at the top side of the map. Bot lane's keeping themselves busy. Soraka ult for good measure. Diamond Prox doing it slowly but surely, keeping that Dragon going. He's taking a lot of damage, but I think he's going to be alright. Remember that Q does bonus damage to the lower health his target is on, and he's got Smite. And Diamond Prox grabs first Dragon of the game. That goes to Moscow 5, and it puts him 1,000 gold up. So,
like I said, neither team is really stronger than each other at this point. So, and I like what Moscow 5 did is they said, oh, neither team is stronger. Let's just go ahead and do something that doesn't involve any fighting and sneak in a Dragon. And unfortunately, Lee Sin hasn't been seen on the map for quite a while, so MeetYourMakers should have expected something like this, as Shen's actually... Nope, they're just kind of walking into each other.
Yeah, Cuban's going in there to try and grab the AoE and the CS, but he's losing the trades up against Shen. He's actually coming out worse, and Darien is about to show us, just to be sure. Cuban starting to find that lane a little bit harder. He's got a... I've even forgotten what it's called. Hex Drinker. I build it all the time, but I've forgotten the name. Hex Drinker up, because remember, Shen's Q is magic damage. And McCarthy,
I believe his passive is as well, actually.
No, I'll explain it a little bit more as well. McCarthy's just gone to clear the wards and did realise, oh, Dragon's gone. What do?
I like British Mundo. Riot, please release that skin.
Still waiting for our first blood. 12.5 minutes in. Darien is about to hit 11. He still hasn't even cast his ultimate yet.
Now, well, Shen's not one of those ultimates you can really spam out when you want to. Oh man, Libic went on overdrive and got really excited for a second, but he did nothing.
Just play with them, backwards and forwards. Genja, come on Genja, I'm looking at bottom lane now, you can get grabbed.
You might want to check out top lane because it looks like there's going to be a gank onto Darien.
It does, Cuban baiting him out, Darien chasing forwards. There comes Mundo, there's the movement speed boost, dashing through McCarthy with the taunt. Remember McCarthy's got an oracle, so he needs to be careful. But Darien is taking no damage at all. Ult comes out from Cuban, tower is being tanked by McCarthy, but they're going to back out. They do not want to dive that, in any sense of the word. And we've got Alex Idge diving onto Charo all the way up in mid. First blood under a tier 2 tower. 11-11 Vladimir gets it.
He sees where the enemies are and he goes ahead and pushes the creep away from behind the tower.
We did have Diamond Prox approaching the bottom lane as well, but he got spotted by a ward. Mackler and Libic backed on out of there. Finally first blood, and it's gone to Moscow 5, and it's put them 2,000 gold up.
And I think a lot of that is just the guaranteed damage Vladimir gets. Is just, it's really high and it's hard to deal with as somebody like Orianna. Because you miss a skill shot, that is a chance for Libic grabs again Gosu Pepper. Gosu Pepper is low, but they are getting pelted by Genja. Gosu Pepper goes down.
And a bit of a late ult coming from Shen. He might have actually been able to save Gosu Pepper. He did that earlier on. Libic flashing away. Vlad coming from behind the tower. Diamond Prox coming behind the tower. Alex has also just stolen blue buff on his way, by the way, as Mackler and Libic drop in very quick succession. Moscow 5, 4-man dive. They're getting one kill, and then they're just getting another one, and another one. And they are snowballing very quickly if MYM are not careful. They're up by 3,000 gold at 14 minutes.
And it's starting to look a lot like game 1 where you will see MeetYourMakers, they want to do something. It's like, let's do this cool big play. And M5 is just ready for it. It's like, you guys want to gank bottom with that Blitzcrank, we'll kill you with our Lee Sin and our Vladimir. Yeah, getting Soraka is very, very nice, but if M5 is ready to punish that kill, it's going to just start snowballing out of control, especially if they can keep that up. Because it's something we've seen both teams do, it can really have quite a huge effect. But Shen going bottom did leave Renekton up alone in the top lane, able to just wipe out that tower, which is very nice for him. Though he does not have a whole lot of CS and he cannot really fight Shen at this point.
Where are you, Alex? Will of the Ancients, which is also apparently becoming more expensive in the paid beta. Haunting
Not sure how I
Guys
feel
looks like
about
it's
that.
gonna be fun.
Unfortunately, that nerf to Wood is actually really big for some characters, like Rumble, who like depend on it. But at the same time, I can see why Double Wood is so strong. It's kind of like, oh, not sure how that should be balanced.
Libic overdriving, poking forwards. Let's go 5. Scared of this grab. What they're waiting on. We do have Alex Hitch going deep in under that tower. McCarthy's going to come out and try and punish him for it, but we've got Darian coming down from top and Diamond Prox coming out of the jungle. McCarthy pops his ult, starts running. Charu catches that Q from Diamond Prox, gets kicked away. The flash follows up. Diamond grabs the kill with an auto attack. And Soraka ult for good measure grabs herself an assist. Darian's still being chased by McCarthy, but he's not going to get that kill. They need to be careful with Makla and Libic chasing, or being chased. Libic takes the wrong route. Will drop Makla. You're going to get 4-man dived. That was not the right tower to go under. And they're chasing. And she's running. She's strutting away. Doesn't take the damage. And that's back again.
Oh.
And she will fall to Darian. MYM. 3 more deaths in very quick succession. Moscow 5 are everywhere.
And once again, it's just the same thing. So we see that fight mid. Diamond Prox is there to back up because they expect, oh, if Alex Hitch is way up in front, we're going to see Libic, or not Libic, we're going to see Mogate come in and try and punish that because it's what you do. It's like the instinct. You see the guy out of position, you knock him back into position by killing him. And as that happens, bot lane goes to support that mid lane, and it's the exact same thing. We have Libic and Makla heading up there, and guess what? Gosu, Pepper, and Genja are just on their way there, already waiting to catch Blitzcrank. Like, as they were heading up there, Makla and Libic were already caught.
Ivan trying to do his best to get a kill. Very nice kick from Diamond Prox. Kicked him away because he had that Orianna ball on him, and as a result, the ult missed.
I think this is the part where if MYM can't keep their head in the game, it's just going to snowball out of control.
And it may be that case. Diamond Prox gets grabbed, gets knocked up. Darian ults across. Dragons, what they're fighting for. McCarthy's on the run, focusing Mundo. It shows how strong Moscow 5 are. They can focus down Mundo because he has an oracle. They want to take that kill. Nice flash from Kuban over the wall. Goes on to Alex Hitch. Will grab that kill. Charzu's on the run. Grabs himself a movement speed buff, but the slow's not going to be enough. Darian taunts through it. Grabs a double kill. Kuban's on the run under tier 2 tower. Moscow 5 not going to dive it this time. Genja looked like he wanted to. They're going to go and grab themselves the second dragon of the game. Misfortune did die down in the backside, out of position by Dragon while that was all going on.
And I'm wondering what can really happen for MYM. They both have kind of similar comps with the Blitzcrank in that they want to catch each other. Shen can do that very, very well by punishing a aggressive play from MeetYourMakers, and Blitzcrank can always grab people out of position. But Misfortune is not a great AD carry in the late game compared to someone like Corki. I mean, she does a ton of damage, but she doesn't have the mobility Corki does. She doesn't have quite the scaling Corki does with that 10% true damage passive, which is so good. So it's going to be hard for them to come back through a late game, Farm Fest type of game. And while Orianna could be scary, I mean, Vladimir is devastating late game. So they need to make some picks. They need to grab people out of position, but M5 is not letting that happen. And because they know that when they put somebody out of position, they will try to grab them and try to punish them. Like, I don't want to say MYM can't win. I'm going to say that Moscow 5 is going to make it hard.
They are 5,000 gold up. They are doing a lot of damage to MF down here. Genja leading the charge. Libic doesn't really have many abilities. Makla gets a little bit of help from Charu. Now Libic's Genja's in trouble. Ult comes up from Orianna, even though the flash from Genja didn't get him out of range. Libic flashes in with the knock-up. Have you got a grab? Not when there's a minion in the way, you don't, Libic. He pops that mana shield on the tower and runs on out. Darian fighting McCarthy in the mid, but it's going to be a healed fest. Mundo versus Darian. Or Mundo versus Shen, sorry. And Diamond Prox comes in trying to take down Libic, gets the silence for his trouble, takes a big chunk of damage from Charu, and Makla auto attacking while this is all going on. channels that ult, misses completely. Diamond Prox forces him to flash out. Charu really on the wrong side of that tower. Will drop to Diamond Prox with ease. And all that while, Alex Ich killed Cubon in top lane. This guy, every time he sees a fight starting somewhere else, he'll kill someone just so he knows I miss it on camera.
It's true, it's true. It's part of his plan, actually. Now, that was actually a very, very funny fight in the bot lane, because it started actually with Diamond Prox kind of hiding in the back, and then you saw Mackler and Libic get initiated on, and then we had Zaru follow up and defend them and kill Genja. But what ended up happening is Diamond Prox thought, oh, my team can win this fight, and he actually blue pilled as that fight started. So that would have gone differently had Diamond Prox stayed there. But in the end, Zaru got a little overzealous, dove that tower when he had no right to, and he got punished hard. I could see the potential in the low HP Lee Sin as Gosu Pepper gets grabbed, but Libic is just getting melted by this Genja. His damage is so high from Corki. Mankler has to actually flash out of there. Libic is now in a very bad position, to say the least.
He's overdriving and he's on the run. Pink warded on the way just to be sure. Why not? You're going to run through it. You need a ward there. And he's about to walk into Darien, but he's overdriving. And off he goes again. What summoners he has? Nothing. Taunt misses from Darien. Libic is actually getting away here. He needs to be careful not to run into Alex Ich, but Alex has been forced out the top side. He's now standing on a ward. Alex is coming back. He's looking for it. And Libic has survived. What a run.
Now, unfortunately, a bunch of bad things happened, like towers have started dying for MeetYourMakers. There's a 8,000 gold lead for Moscow 5, and Libic, awesome Libic. That was just
None
cool.
of that stuff Moscow 5 did matters. Libic got away. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, okay, like bad stuff top, bad stuff mid, bad stuff bot. I mean, M5 is doing Baron right now, whatever. That Blitzcrank right on out of there. Also, something I've noticed is support players are especially bad about this, but a lot of top players are bad at dodging Baron's knockup. I think it's because they're watching some other part of the map.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm bad at this game. I'm terrible, but I can dodge Baron's knockup. The amount of games here I've seen where people just stand on it, I think it's pretty easy. You have,
I've seen that have major repercussions.
Yeah.
But people are looking across the map, going, "What's going on over here? We gotta make sure they don't do anything to stop our Baron."
I mean, they can dodge these really fancy skill shots and last second judges and flashes tower dives and stuff, but they cannot get hit by that.
There's a big fight going on.
There is a fight going on in mid. Sorry, MYM taking a massive amount of damage from Alex Ich, who just pulls under everyone, and Moscow 5 are so strong. MYM have no answer to this. Darien just face tanking towers, Baron buffs, they're diving inhibitor turrets, and they still haven't lost a single member yet. Alex leading the way. There's the tier 2 tower. This will be the inhibitor turret.
And, I wouldn't be surprised to see a surrender come out, but there's not a whole lot MeetYourMakers can do at this point. Their late game potential is there in Orianna, and pretty much Orianna. You compare that to the Corki, the Vladimir, and then the Shen to back them up, the Soraka to back them up. There's going to be just this. Yep, there's a surrender vote. And GG from MeetYourMakers.
GG, well played indeed. Moscow 5. We're going to go through to our final.
I've adjusted my mic one more time so I don't do that breathing thing again.
No problem.
I'll keep adjusting it. I adjusted it once because I need to drink some water because I'm really thirsty because this is a lot of gasting. But yeah, 15-3. I was very well played by Moscow 5.
A little bit one-sided this time round. So, congratulations, Moscow 5. You're going to go through to play. Ooh, let's see. AL and Luna have finished.